thought I would do a little introduction to my bench. In the past, I've worked on a pair of stools with a top on it, or a pair of stools and a bit of timber with a top on it. I've had a workmate. I also bought a Festool MFT work table. I bought a small one. I bought it second hand off of a guy that was renovating a boat down at Thames Ditton, and I think new they're about £350 for the small one. If you go for the bigger one, they're about 600 quid. And then you've got the accessories that go on it. Really, really good, and it bolts to the Festool system of stuff. But I found it bulky. I found it a bit heavy for what I do most of the time, and I didn't really use it. There was a bit of money just sitting around doing nothing. So been watching a few YouTube videos of other people, and I been pinching some of the ideas like we all do, and I got my dad's old small workmate, and I had to change the jaws on it, and then I got some CLS from work. CLS is 38 by 89, which is 1.5 by 3.5 in old money, and you can get a length of it in wicks, 2.4 metres long for £3.25. So I've just added it up, what I've spent. If you'd have bought 4 lengths of CLS, it cost you about 15 quid. I bought a second-hand 7-inch vise, and it's the first vise that I've fitted. So I probably fitted it a little bit low, but it cost me 25 quid second-hand from a guy on Facebook Marketplace, and new I think they're about 60 quid. But let's bring you in a bit closer. Right, you have a little look at this. Right. So like I said, I've like we all do, I've borrowed some ideas from other people that I've seen on YouTube, and the actual worktop, if I'm using a worktop on a pair of stools, it's normally a 600 rip of MDF or plywood or something like that on a bit of timber. This is actually 740 by 1440, so it's just that little bit bigger. Yeah, so most of the carcasses, bits and pieces I make are 600, so it just stops them falling off the edge. I'm actually quite pleased with the height. It's 900. That's much better for me. I'm not doing this. Yeah, I'm really pleased with it. This is a scrap of MDF I had in the shed, which I was saving because it had an oak veneer on it, and it's been in the shed so long now and got water stained. I thought, well, I'll just use it. So it's 900 tall. The top is 740 by 1440, and it sits on a frame that's 1120 by 600 made from CLS. So I can take it apart, let you have a look. All right. So like I say, what I've done is I've borrowed some ideas from YouTube. So you'll see some 18mm dowel little pegs. I've got two there. Got the top overlapping a little bit. Alright, got the top overlapping a little bit, so you can always clamp timber to it. Alright. I mean, these amaze me. They're only tiny, yeah, as in small all over. They're the 150mm Axminster trade clamps, but they're so powerful. I don't think they were that expensive either. Right, so the top just lifts off, look. So the idea of it is, if I'm not using it, I can take it apart and I can just store it up against the, you know, sometimes I'm doing a bit of painting in here, all sorts of things. Now, I don't know if you can see this very well from there, but I'll just take this shelf out. So you've got a very simple frame, look. Very simple frame. And one end of the frame sits in the workmate, all right? The other end of the frame sits on these legs. Now these legs, have only been made by screwing some CLS together. Very, very simple. and the screws are over too long, so I need to nip them off. You could use timber lock bolts if you want to, and I put a row in there so that should I want to, that row lines up with the bottom of the workmate. So again, this was just a scrap I had lying around. Just fits in like that. This end, it literally just fits in there, look. And you can see there's a doubled up timber member. Alright, so actually the rails are actually sitting on the jaws of the workmate and it's clamped in. Now if I was going to take it out on site, all I'd need to do is put a bolt through there, right? A bolt through there, and then possibly put some sort of brace, depending on what I was doing. But by the time I'd added the weight of the vise in here, and you can see where the vise is sitting, it's the first vise I've ever mounted, I might add. So I'm going to bring the vise, I'm probably going to need to bring this piece of timber up to the top. But we're going to see how this goes. Alright. With the weight of the vise, it's actually quite solid. You might have watched the videos on sharpening tools. You know, that's quite hard work because the chisel was in quite bad condition. So I'm just going to pop the top on for you. And you'll see I cut the top out for the vise so that this is nice and flush through here like this. Alright, and we'll give it a try. We'll give it a try. The plan is to make some basic videos for you, so anyone that started a first year carpentry course can perhaps revisit what they've done, maybe carry on where they left off. I will make some fun projects as well, just to make it a little bit more interesting. I've already done the oak table and polished it up, so I'll try and do some little small stuff just to keep you going. Alright? Okay, cheers now.